Welcome to the LIBS 1810 or Student Success for Higher Learning video series. Today we're going to talk about understanding your grades in eConestoga. And the grades can be a bit confusing because when you are looking at your grades throughout the semester, the final grade is always sitting at 100. And as each assignment or test or quiz or exam is marked, as each task is marked, the top mark will increase. However, this is not an adequate or correct way to understand how you are doing in your course. So we're going to look at a hypothetical or a sample situation to help you understand how to calculate what your percentage is at any time during the semester. So first of all, this is often what the grade book sort of looks like. Your final grade is right beside your name and it's out of 100. And then you'll notice that each of the tasks is out of another grade. And all of these bottom marks add up to 100. So let's take a look at what happens as we go through the semester. So here you finished the first assignment and you got 9 out of 10. Great job! But you'll notice that the final grade says 9 out of 10, which makes it look like you only have 9% in the course. However, that is incorrect. In order to figure out what your mark is, we have to do a little math. So let's go look at what that is. So we take the top number, which was 9, and divide it by the bottom number, which was 10, and we get 0.90. Multiply this by 100 and you get 90, and you have 90% in the course so far, which is a great way to start. Now, your next task is test number 1, which is out of 15, and you got 10 out of 15. Not great, but not bad. So when you look at eConestoga, the final grade will say 19 out of 100, which looks like 19%. But again, we need to do some math to figure out what your actual mark is. So we take the 9 and the 10 and we add those together, and then we take the 10 and the 15 and we add those together. So when we add the 9 and 10, we get 19. When we add the 10 and 15, we get 25. Now divide the 19 by 25 and you get 0.676. So then we multiply by 100 in order to get 76%. So that you'll note that your mark is not 19 out of 100 or 19%, but 19 out of 25, which is 76%, which is a pretty good average. Then you complete your midterm exam. And look at that. You got 18 out of 20. Good for you. So again, we add the 9 plus the 10 plus the 18, and you'll notice that the mark is 37 out of 100 in your final grade. But again, this does not mean you have 37%. What we have to do is we have to take that 37 and divide it by the 10 plus the 15 plus the 20. So let's look at that math. So you add the 9 plus the 10 plus 18 is 37. Then you add the bottom marks, the 10 plus the 15 plus the 20, which equals 45. So then you divide 37 by 45 and you get 8.22. Multiply this by 100 and you have 82.2%. Now please note at Conestoga, your final grades are never include the decimal point. We round up or we round down. So at the end of the semester, if you have 82.5, most of the time your mark gets rounded up to 83. If it's 82.2, you'll have 82 for your grade. So again, you'll notice that at this point in the semester, your mark is not 37 out of 100 or 37%, but it's 37 out of 45, which equals 82%. So this is how you can keep track of your marks all through the semester. Keep adding the top numbers together, add the bottom numbers together, and then divide the top by the bottom times 100. However, the easiest way to pay attention to your grades is when you go to the launch page of your course in eConestoga, so in this case, Libs 1810, you'll notice that on the right-hand side, there is a section called your grades progress. Always pay attention to what your current average is. Ignore the total earned, because your average is the tasks that you have actually completed, and it takes the top number and divides it by the bottom number. The total earned is that mark out of 100. So you'll notice that this student has 2 marks, 83.24% and 53.91%. The 83.24 is taken from all the tasks that are completed and the mark the student has received, divided by the bottom number of all the tasks that are completed, times 100. The total earned is that nasty running final grade total, so ignore that. So when you're working on your grades, it's always important to pay attention to the mark you got on the task and what the task was worth. And you can keep a running total in your notebook all semester so that you know what your grade is. Or again, go back to the current average that is on the eConestoga page. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask one of your professors how to calculate your grade. But please remember that at the end of the semester, or towards the end of the semester, we're all very busy. And it is your responsibility to keep track of what your marks are and to understand your marks. So good luck, and I hope your semester ends successfully.